I want to give you a 2-minute explanation of what thinking is. Because even after finishing a Ph.D. in cognitive neuropsychology, it was never in the textbooks, and it quite frankly never even came up. I mean, we were thinking all the time. We just never thought to think about what thinking actually is. And so when I say thinking, what I'm getting at is that mental movie, the voice in the head. I mean, we talk to ourselves all the time about what we think happened in the past, and we replay those events, and we try to pretend we can predict what's going to happen in the future. When I talk about thinking, I'm talking about all the labels of judgment, of emotion, all the good versus bad, good days versus bad days, contrast. Because actually that's what we see at the very core of the thinking process itself is contrast, categories, and opposites. All of thought depends on basic sensory processing like vision. And that's why we say, I see what you mean. We're taking this higher level thought and we're grounding it in something as basic as vision, because when it comes down to it, you cannot see without contrast. Contrast is just a line, a black line on a white background, or a white line on a black background. That's contrast. And it turns out if you remove all the contrast from vision, they did this in these Ganzfeld studies. It's called the Ganzfeld effect, where you have a gray field and all contrast is gone. The visual system shuts down and you can't see anymore. And all you need is a hint of a line. And even that hint, the visual system will turn back on. And so in the same way that we need contrast to see, we need contrast to think. And so that's at the core of the process itself. It's simply contrast. And with these moments of mystical experiences that people have, those are contrast free. And you say, well, those are rare moments. But here's the thing I'll leave you with. Because when we assess the thinking process, we do it with the thinking process itself. So there's one possibility maybe that we don't think as much as we think we think.